The brilliant blue water of Miami Beach, glistening from above on a beautiful day here in South Florida. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We're excited to have with us two-time It Is Special. David, thank you. So the net starting five. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Junior's out there with Jared Allen. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. And for Miami, Jay Crowder out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Iguodala. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Dragic in at the point.
And drafted out of Kentucky with the 14th pick back in 17. Stardom really wasn't predicted for Bam, but Shaq, a star he's becoming.
You know, with a name like Bam, you expect a banger. You know, he actually surprised me with his skill level. I didn't know he was that good. You know, passing, he has a soft touch. He's really become a foundational piece.
Iguodala against Allen. Crowder from outside. Doesn't go for him. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hostile crowd.
And Greg, something that might be on Junior's mind. He'll be a free agent at the end of this season.
Junior has a lot to think about as he heads into the open market. If he stays with the team or if he goes where he goes, hopefully he's been able to push that out of his head until the end of the season.
Iguodala's drive. Butler on the wing. LeVert defending. Drains it from beyond the arc. Shaq, something that may not get enough attention. Over nearly 2 decades of play, you made the postseason almost every year. To me, that's an incredible accomplishment.
Yeah, I was in the playoffs 17 out of 19 years. Only missed one my rookie year and one with the Suns. You know what that means? I was terrible big man. How could I miss any playoffs?
That is some kind of resume.
Why?
Outside Butler. Back to Dragic. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. And then Durant with the jam.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
Dragic, the pass to Butler. Back to Dragic. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Duncan. So much love for the perimeter offense these days. But Shaq, for your money, who are some of the best back-to-the-basket players that are in the NBA right now?
The list is short, but it's still a very impressive list. Joel Embiid, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Anthony the Brow Davis.
Can't argue with any of those names.
No, not at all.
The Heat making a switch here. Heroes checked in.
With an advanced understanding of the game, Butler reads the floor perfectly.
Pulls up. And Junior with the basket on the assist by Irving. Junior's got 6.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Kicks to Butler. Charity stripe shot. And it's off the back rim. No good. Brooklyn leading by 5. LeVert the pass to Junior. Down low. Allen. And then Allen slams it in.
And you can see the floor awareness there. Junior more than capable of spotting the open teammate.
Pass to Crowder. Now Butler.
And Shaq, you were the winner of 4 NBA titles. If you had to choose the one that meant the most, which one would it be?
I would say my first one with the Lakers was special. No, capping out the three-peat. Also with the Lakers is good. No, winning in Miami.
Really?
Winning in Miami. Because I got traded.
23 seconds left to play here in the first. Nunn passes to Adebayo. Now, here's Nunn. 20 points for him last game against Dallas. And the basket by Olynyk.
Defensively, you want to make Olynyk put it on the floor. Otherwise, he'll bury you.
And Junior throws it down.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Yeah, both teams in the zone early. Stops have been almost impossible to come by.
Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by a bucket. Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile, total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the second round a few years ago.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Joe Harris. Jordan is out there with Duncan. And it's Luwawu in at the two-guard spot. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Hawks, had a huge game. He picked up 39 points, and he did a great job of letting the game come to him, connecting on a number of his shots. He put up great numbers in a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss, and he'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, that's what it means to be unselfish, putting the team's interests first. As you say, he just wants to come away with the W.
Jack, if you were a GM, what would be your keys to building a great team? We know you're a part owner. What if you were the GM making personnel decisions?
Well, first you need stars, and then you gotta, get some players through free agency, and then you gotta trade, and then you gotta work that draft. As far as culture, you just want players who are hungry and team first. It's all about winning.
It's a good formula to have to be successful.
And that one's good, Junior.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Nunn passes to Iguodala. In the corner, Crowder with it. Off target from three-point range.
And they continue to control the glass.
Harris kicks to Junior. Back to Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And Junior throws it down.
There's no stopping Junior right now. He's on an absolute tear and just torching the D.
Nunn passes to Olynyk. The dish to Crowder. We know a big part of a center's job is rim protection. Outside the pivot, Shaq, who stands out to you in guarding that rim, erasing shots, blocking shots? Who's that guy?
Well, the name that comes to mind right away is Jonathan Isaac. 6'11" forward coming into his own as a defender and a shot blocker. Let's see, from the guard's point of view, Jrue Holiday, old school defender. Kent Bazemore, Derek White, they can all give you 40-plus blocks in a season.
You know who's pretty good, too, is following the loss to the Mavericks.
They just got overwhelmed. We knew that game was going to be a tough one for them, and we were right.
Ugly, ugly display. I thought they'd be more competitive, but I was wrong.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Harris. Karis LeVert comes in for Garrett Temple. And Irving subbed in for Tyler Johnson. Dragic, and again, it's the Heat missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
The quickness of Jamal Crawford, really taking it to the rim with determination.
Shaq, when you look back at your career, was there a specific piece of advice you got from another player that really resonated with you?
Michael Jordan told me, before you succeed, you must first learn to fail. Because early on in my career, we were just getting swept. You know, Kevin, we called a lot of the games where it was 4 and out.
What did Jordan tell you that on the floor and the locker room after a game? Like, what was the circumstance?
After they swept us.
After they swept
Game
you.
6.
On
Game
the floor?
4, sorry.
On the floor?
On the floor, yes. He grabbed me on the shoulder and said, before you succeed, you must first learn to fail. And I was like, what does that mean? Until the big Aristotle went home and analyzed it with the magnifying glass. Oh.
That's what that means.
Before you succeedeth, you must first learneth to faileth.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the timeout, or do you let your guys try contesting shots?
You're sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've kept the tempo quick, and the defense. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Junior in this one, he's been everywhere.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
And I can't wait to see what he has in store during this second half. Some of those jams were downright absurd.
Jay Crowder out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Iguodala. And it's Dragic in at the point. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. All alone. And that one goes long.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And that one's good, Junior. Duncan's got the first points of the second half here for Brooklyn. And it's Dragic with the ball for the Heat. It's a 16-point game. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. If you ask Miami coach Eric Spoelstra, there's been a long lineage of undrafted players who've made an impact with the Heat. Going back, think about big guys like Udonis Haslem, Joel Anthony, and Hassan Whiteside. Now you have youngsters like Kendrick Nunn, Duncan Robinson, Derrick Jones Jr., and Chris Silva. Miami continues to find diamonds in the rough year after year. Guys?
They usually do. That's a very creative organization. Thanks, D.A. Duncan, the pass to KD. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. Junior's got his 4th assist in this one.
A graceful athlete in his prime of his career. Durant with great body control through contact.
Dragic taking his time here. And it's sent back by KD.
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit. Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Now Dragic, 5 points in the game. Loads it up for Adebayo. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Duncan kicks to Irving. The shot's good. Irving's got his second basket of the night.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And the Heat. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Crawford in for LeVert. Adebayo passes to Olynyk. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's Irving. And he banks in the layup. Irving's got 6.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Outside Robinson. Back to Nunn. Here's Olynyk. He has 7. Back to Nunn. And there's the pass to Hero. 5 to shoot. Shoots it. Hits the jumper in space. Hero's got his first basket.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Nets.
Duncan. No good with the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Passes to Olynyk. There's the triple. The Heat with a fresh 14. Nunn kicks to Robinson. Here's Adebayo.
Man, you know Bam Adebayo knows his role, doesn't play outside of himself, and he's a quality teammate too.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. Brooklyn making some changes. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Crawford. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Brooklyn leading by 21. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Luwawu's checked in.
Somewhat late to the game of basketball, Junior's natural abilities were apparent from the first time he ever stepped on the floor, and he's been cultivating them ever since.
Here's Robinson. Rebounded by the Nets.
How is it possible? Wide open too.
Luwawu, the pass to Junior. Jordan trying to free himself up, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Attacking in the lane. This is where Junior's raw ability and toughness really shine.
That free throw, no good. And the Heat making a change here. Crowder's checked in. He's off on the second. Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Out left to the wing. Fires for 3. Buries it from three-point range. Hero's got 5 points so far.
A knockdown three-point shooter. Tyler Hero knows he has the green light to fire.
Yep, it counts.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And so it's none with it. He brings it up for the Heat. Jordan against Crowder, and Jordan sends it back.
DeAndre Jordan is a force on defense. Tough to finish when he's lurking.
I love the recognition. Realizes that one is all him.
Sometimes that's the call. You want to be unselfish, but even more so, you want to be effective. One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
Nets leading by 23. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. And Junior throws it down.
Rising up with force. Junior wasn't going to lay it in, locking it in on the throwdown.
Miami's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Pass to Crowder. None against Dinwiddie. Adebayo kicks to Crowder. From outside the arc, Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Dinwiddie dishes to Junior. Inside, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
For them, the first half was maybe more of a filling out process.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Crawford. Joe Harris is out there with Luwawu, and it's Tyler Johnson, and it's Duncan in at the center position. To the middle, and Duncan throws it down hard.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Loads it up for Adebayo, but they'll get another chance. And it's Butler missing.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Johnson kicks to Luwawu-Cabarrot. Duncan. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
That's a product of Junior's patience. If you're not disciplined against him, he'll make you pay.
Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. 4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Here's Junior, and some very quick points for him on that possession. Duncan's got 13 points in the second half. Miami's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Outside, Joseph. 1:57 left in the 4th quarter of this one. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the first one at the line is good. So he gets them both. And here's Crawford. Duncan finds Crawford. Jordan trying to free himself up.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Robinson hits them both. 1:36 left to play in the final quarter. Crawford outside. He dishes it to Junior. Johnson outside. It's tipped. And Junior throws it down.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And counting tonight's game on the season, they'll now have won 57 games this year.
And they've really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Duncan.
Throughout the night, he was their catalyst at the offensive end. Play after play was run through him with great success.
Robinson passes to Jones. Joseph with the ball. Over Johnson. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets. To the paint. Here's Duncan. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Junior's got 31.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time